Hello and welcome to the My Thriving Child Coffee Chat. My name is Maggie and I'm a pediatric occupational therapist. And in these coffee chats, I break down an activity, tip, or trick that will help your child thrive developmentally. And I do this in 10 minutes or less. So today I'm going to be talking about pincer grasp and when it usually develops, why it's important to work on with your little one, benefits of practicing it with them, and then of course ways that they can practice that skill out in nature. So first of all, it's a pretty big fine motor milestone that kind of sets the stage for them to be able to develop strength, precision, and coordination in opening and closing their hand. So with that pincer grasp. And what it is it's the thumb and the middle finger working together to pick up and grasp an object. So kids start first with an inferior or crude pincer grasp, and then they move on to a more neat or superior pincer grasp. And so basically the difference is with the inferior or crude pincer grasp, they're using more of the pads of their fingers to pick things up, and then as they kind of graduate more to that superior pincer grasp, it's going to be more with the tips of their thumb and their first finger or their index finger. So it just gets to be a little bit more precise. So if you think about them picking up a Cheerio or smaller objects, they're able to be a bit more precise with that. And so when it usually develops around 7 to 12 months, of course, these age ranges or months marks are just guidelines. So take it with a grain of salt. That's when, usually you'll see them start to be working on this grasp and getting that motor pattern down. Of course, if you ever have questions about what it looks like, or if you're not sure, you can always talk to your pediatrician, or if you're seeing an occupational therapist in person, can be good too, to kind of get those members of the team looking at it. But that's just a general guideline of when to start looking for that. Okay, so why is it beneficial? So I mentioned, they're developing in those fine motor muscles, they're developing strength, coordination, and precision. And a lot of those skills translate to a lot of functional activities that you do later on, that you're using this pincer grasp and those muscles for pincer grasp that you don't even realize. So like shoe tying, scissor skills, handwriting skills, because of course how they hold their pencil, fastener manipulation, so zippers, snaps, buttons, picking up any small object, opening or closing containers, and feeding themselves. So that's just kind of a shorter list, but as you can see, it translates to a lot of different things in life. So it is a big deal to be looking at that pincer grasp and making sure that they're able to use it. Also to explore their environment. They're in an age, they're developing, they're understanding the world around them, and we want them to be able to explore to the best of their ability. So if they have that pincer grasp, then they're able to pick up a lot of different objects, then they're able to explore more. And then it also works on eye-hand coordination. So being able to use your eye and your hand simultaneously to accurately grasp something. So if they see some small object on the floor that they're really interested in looking at, they're able to use their eyes and their hands simultaneously to pick that object up accurately. So really important skills, and again, it helps with a lot of things down the line. So it may seem like, it's just something natural, but it really does play into a lot of activities later on. So something to pay attention to. So, of course, how to work on it out in nature. It does happen pretty naturally out in nature because there's lots of things to be curious about and explore. And so naturally they're going to want to grasp a lot of different things. I do want to note too, if they're having to pull while they do the grasp, that's really good because they're also getting some resistance with that pincer grasp, and that furthers their strength with the pincer grasp. So different things they could do, grasping small rocks or stones, grasping or pulling leaves, grasping sticks, grasping or pulling grass out of the ground, picking flowers, picking berries, gardening and helping pulling the veggies and fruit off the stems, And then picking up bugs can also be one, but they have to work on that grading of their strength with their pincer grasp to be gentle. So those are just some quick ways that they can work on that out in nature. And of course, this is just a brief overview of it, but hopefully it helped you learn more about when it develops, why it's important, the benefits and the skills that it plays into later in life. And of course, ways to do it out in nature to really help them hone in on that strength of their pincer grasp and develop that accuracy with it, coordination and precision for everything else they're going to do in life. So thank you for joining me for this coffee chat, and I will catch you next time.